Hello everyone, this is Thomas's number one here, and I would just like to say it is spooky month, my favorite month of the year other than my birth month. So anyways, tonight I am going to be doing a custom model segment. Tonight's custom model showcase is going to be on the Killdane experiment. Now, before I get to how I made this model, let's get on to the history of the Killdane experiment. The Killdane experiment was called the Halloween engine in the Thomas and Friends episode Halloween, which was a part of season 8. And this ghost engine did not do anything story-wise. It was just there. And we had no information about that ghost engine. That is until 22 Tesla, a Thomas and Friends YouTuber, had made a backstory for this engine, which he calls the Killdane experiment, since the ironworks is located at Killdane. So the Killdane experiment, or the Halloween engine, is made out of 3 different engines. It has the body of Gordon, the chassis and wheels of Murdoch, and 1 out of 6 tenders that Duck used to trick Henry with in tender engines. So with that out of the way, let's get on to my custom model of the Killdane experiment. So the face is a paper face, and I don't know if you guys can see it, and I know it's in very poor quality, and I don't know if I could fix it, but this is what I got, and that was it. So I used a 2003 Gordon to make this. My dad has this paint, and it makes things look rusty, and since the Killdane experiment is like caked from top to bottom in rust, that's what I went with. I even painted the bogies, which is something I don't usually do, but I wanted this custom to look as rusty as possible. So yeah, I even painted the rings on the magnets right here, or magnet guards, or whatever they're called. I used a paint pen to make the holes in the boiler, the cab windows, the wheel arches, even though they look pretty crappy, but I guess since this is a scrap engine, the wheel arches are gonna look in pretty bad shape. And I also added a bit buffer detail right here. So let's get on to the tender. Now, the Killdane Experiments tender didn't have like any graffiti writing on it, but I decided it looked too bland, so I decided to add my own details. So as you could see on this side, it says to Killdane. Here's the tail lamp on the back. And on the other side, it says scrap. These detailings I did, they're also paint pen. And you might be wondering, how did I get rid of the coal? Well, I figured since scrap engines are going to be scrapped, there will be no need for coal in their tenders. So I tried to get rid of the coal by using a razor blade, but it wouldn't go in deep enough, so I used a hacksaw to cut it off, and that's why the top looks all jagged. I also painted the tender's chassis as well. Of course, there's no source of light that comes from the Killdane experiment except for the tail lamp. So that is it on my custom model showcase on the Killdane experiment. I am really proud of how this model came out. And let me know down in the comments if you want the Killdane experiment to have a face or just a smoke box door. Anyways, that is it. This is Thomas's number 1 signing out, saying goodbye, and thanks for watching, guys. I am dead. Awaken me, or let me rest, for I was and I am dead. Remember, everyone, the engines love to hear tales of ghostly engines and scary steam trains.